Hi, it's Angel Shaver, Stampin' Up Independent Demonstrator from Kansas. And today it's time to make card number 4 from the It Starts With Art stamp set. I can't believe we are so close to the end of June. The next week, sorry, I got distracted. Hi, Mary, good to see you here live. Next week is July, and it starts our featured stamp set of July, which is Back on Your Feet. If you need any encouragement cards, get well, anybody going through any kinds of struggles, even you want to make one of those cards for yourself, the July series with the Get Back on Your Feet, it's just called Back on Your Feet stamp set, will start next week, which means all the things that happen with Angel stamps that end June 30th end this Saturday. So if you are interested in being part of the paper share or the new In Colors Club, make sure you let me know by this Saturday around, well, we'll make it all the way to 11:59 p.m. Central Time. That is when all of my June things will end. Also, there's some exciting stuff coming. July starts bonus days. That's when you can earn your bonus days coupons in July that you will then spend in August. And I will have more details about that on my blog. You can get details about all my upcoming promotions, classes on my blog at angelstamps1.stampinup.com. There's also some extra benefits to joining my team if you do it in July or August. And I will have some more detail on that as well. If you're interested, make sure you send me a message, send me an email, let me know that that's something you'd be interested in looking at. But we are going to go ahead and get started making today's card. Card number 4 with the It Starts With Art stamp set. Okay, the first thing we're going to do is I am going to get some scraps of Whisper White out of my box over here. And we are going to stamp some things that I'll be cutting out with my dies and my die cutting machine. For this card, you will also need a piece of Coastal Cabana cardstock, cut hot dog style, which is 4 1/4 by 11, folded in half, and you get a card that is 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. And then I've cut a strip of Designer Series paper. This is the Follow Your Art Designer Series paper, and it is part of my paper share. So if you love it and don't want to buy a whole pack and do want to have some cardstock to make some cards as soon as you get it, make sure you let me know before Saturday night. This is cut at 5.5 by 1 inch. And now I'm going to go ahead and do my stamping. I can't believe I'm already losing things. My cleaning solution, my Stampin' Mist, just rolled off the table. And I'm pretty sure I will need it because I'm making ink refill bottles using 4 different colors. We have Blushing Bride, I'm actually only making 3 different colors. My 4th color will be for something else. So we have Blushing Bride and Calypso Coral. Trying to space them far enough apart that the die that I will be using to cut them apart will have enough room so it doesn't cut any of the other images. And then I'm making a bottle of Daffodil Delight. And there is one more thing that I will need to stamp before we bring the die machine over and get started with it. And that is the sentiment label. And I'm trying to decide. I think I will use the Pacific Point on to create the design that will go around the sentiment. I was concerned that maybe that wouldn't be far enough away from the edge, but I think it will be, and if it's not, we'll just do another one. And then finally, I will be stamping Let's Stay Up Late and Craft right in the center of the edges that will be the label edges. And I think I'll do that in Blushing Bride. over the die cutting machine, and we will get those cut out. These dies are from the Art Dies. Stampin' Cut and Emboss Arts and Crafts dies. And I will be cutting out the refill ink bottles one at a time, but I will try to get that first ink bottle along with the label done at the same time. And then we'll move the ink refill bottle die to the next one and send it through again. And I dropped the plate, the cutting plate that I need to go on top there. So I need to retrieve that fairly quickly. So we can be sure and cut those other two ink refill bottles. And then we have the Daffodil Delights. Just send it through one more time. Alright, there they are. And now we'll move the die machine and bring the stamp surface back. So I have just a little more stamping to do on my card front. But first, I'm going to glue my Designer Series paper on there. Go. And I will be stamping you Paint My World with Happiness in Pacific Point. we'll get, I'm going to get out my paper piercer because I had a thought, and we're going to see just how well it works. One of the items that comes with the everyday tool, or take your pick tool, there is a paper piercer on one of these that instead of my double stylus, I'm going to put in my paper piercer, and then I'm going to create a hole right at the top of my card front because I want to string some baker's twine through there. So this is from the, I lost what it's called, but it's the embellishment set that is in the Follow Your Art suite, and it comes with felt embellishments, and it also comes with baker's twine, 2 different colors. There's Pacific Point, which is what I'm using, and I believe it's Calypso Coral. And it comes with little tiny paper clips and something else I'm going to try to add on here. We will see if it's possible to open up my hole that I pierced just a bit more. I was trying to do this without a needle, but a needle would probably make this an easier process. So I am running my string around the card front, and I'm going to go ahead and snip it. And then I will be getting out this little bag of cute little paper clips that come in your embellishment kit. And there are also these charms, which is what we're getting out now. That say, made with love. So I'm seeing if it's even possible for me to string this together on here. I'm actually going to tie the ribbon once before I tie on the heart. Tie it in a knot so it doesn't untie itself and run away. of the heart. Sometimes you just have to get it a little bit wet with your mouth to make that happen, to make the fibers stay together. And there we have it on, and I'm gonna tie a bow. Okay. And now all of those little pieces that we cut out with the die machine, I am going to arrange, and we're going to put down okay, I think that'll work. We're just going to have them sticking out the top of the sentiment label. And we used Calypso Coral, Blushing Bride, and Daffodil Delight for these. Then I'm going to grab some dimensionals, and we're going to stick a couple on the back of our sentiment label here. And there we have it. You paint my world with happiness. Let's stay up late and craft. I hope you enjoyed the video of this project, and don't forget that if you want to be a part of the paper swap, the new in colors club, or the stamp club, make sure you let me know, and by the end of Saturday, and I will get everything taken care of for you, and we'll have a great time, and I will see you here next week as we start a new stamp set back on your feet. See ya.